hello, welcome back. Okay, so last week we switched it up a little bit. We had a little bizarre story for you guys. This week I have another bizarre story for you guys because bizarre shit just happens to you, girl. What can I say? So I have another bizarre story for you guys. They are kind of linked. I will tie it all together at the end. So if you have not checked out last week's video, make sure you do that first before you continue. Stop watching. I know a bitch look good and I know her curls is popping, so you probably want to keep watching. But I look good on last week's video too, so you just go ahead and watch that one first because it is linked to this one. So this week I am going to tell you guys all about when I had a Tinder account and I was soliciting sex online. That's nasty. For free, apparently. So we are gonna get into that right now. Get your popcorn, grab your shit, and let's get to it. This story dates back to, I don't even know, a couple of years ago, right? At the time, I was working out with a trainer because a bitch is always trying to get in shape. A bitch has been trying to get skinny for the last 10 years of her motherfucking life, and I still look the same. Anyway, that's a side note. So I was working out with this trainer, and when you work out with people, you make conversation that's not related to the workout. So he is telling me about how he just broke up with his girlfriend and he is now on this dating app called Tinder, right? So this is when Tinder was like really, really new. And for those of you who don't know what Tinder is, it is a dating app that is primarily for hooking up, right? That's what I know it to be. So people go on there and they just looking for booty, right? So, some girls are looking for some ass, and they looking for some dong, they looking to get into something, right? Real raunchy, it's just for hooking up, right? So he's telling me how he's on Tinder and he's hooking up with all these girls. He's just showing me the app. He's like, you swipe right if you like them, you swipe left if you don't like them. I don't know if that's how it goes. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but in something like that, right? Swipe right if you like them, swipe left if you don't like them. And he's like, do you have a Tinder? And I'm like, no. And he's like, oh, okay, have you heard of it? And I'm like, yeah, you just told me about it. So yes, I've heard of it, right? We go about our session, go about our merry little way. And then our next session, he literally is like, I thought you told me that you don't have a Tinder. And I'm like, I don't have a Tinder. And he was like, well, then who is this? Right? And he shows me this profile that is me, right? It's 100% me, my pictures. I'm reading the bio. It's my information. So I'm like, what the hell? I was like, that's so crazy. Like, I don't have a Tinder. Like, we were just talking about this. It's really crazy that this profile came up, and I'm like, it's a fake page. But what was bizarre about the fake page was that all of the information on the account was very, very accurate. So I'm thinking to myself, this isn't somebody that doesn't know me. This is somebody who knows me, because it's like the information was just too accurate. My business, my degree, the names of my dogs, you know what I mean? Like, just stuff that I think that if you don't know me, you wouldn't know this information. So I'm like, whatever, no big deal. I'm going to go get the account deleted. I contacted Tinder, told them, hey, this profile is fake. I'm going to go ahead and get it deleted. So they deleted it. Side note, homeboy was definitely like, oh, if this was your account, I'd swipe right. Trying to let me know. Trying to talk to me, like, oh my God, I never went back after that. I just never went to another session. Like, how uncomfortable is that? Like, I bend over, ass in the air in front of you. Don't hit on me while we're working out. That's why I appreciate KT at KT_brotherhood. He's the best trainer ever. He has never tried to hit on me. You know what I mean? I be having my ass all in the air, and I know I be going in there looking good, and he just keeps it very professional. So I appreciate that, as all women do when training with a male trainer. That's a side note. Anyway. So a few weeks go by and I start receiving messages on my real Snapchat, on my real Instagram, from guys like, hey, where are you? Where are you at? Like, we met on Tinder and I drove 4 hours away to come and meet you, and now you're not picking up. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on, right? I'm like, I got that account deleted, right? So it's message after message after message. And, you know, some of the men were really upset. They're like, I drove 4 hours, I drove 5 hours, I drove 6 hours. And I was like, nice to know that you driving so far. Send me the bitch. Anyway. But yeah, like I would hit them back and I'd be like, what are you talking about? And they were like, you know, I met you on Tinder. We were supposed to meet up today. We've been talking for a week now. And, you know, today was the day that we decided to meet up. So I'm like, you know, it's not me. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I literally like would send them like voice videos on Snapchat so that they could see like, hey, it's the real me. And I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You weren't talking to me. So some of them just like never hit me back. Some of them, you know, cursed me out and just kept it pushing. Some of them were like, hey, why don't you just meet up with me anyway since I have you on the phone? I'm like, oh, brother, bye. You know what I mean? Like, just give it up. Anyway, so one guy was nice enough to like, I was like, you know, can you please just like let me know what you guys were talking about? Like, I really want to figure out like who this person is, because I felt like it was something personal. Because I'm like, if you were just a catfish, you could use any little fly bitch's picture. You know what I mean? Like, if you get one account deleted, it's like you just make another one with a whole nother bitch's pictures. You know what I mean? Obviously, I'm on to you if you were a regular catfish. But no, this person made another profile with my pictures. So anyway, so I felt like it was something personal. So one guy, you know, I was like, you know, can you please share with me what you guys were talking about? If you could send me some screenshots. Like, I really just want to know what's going on here, right? So he's like, oh my God, I'm just so embarrassed. Like, I don't even want to tell you. I don't want to share. And I was like, please, like, no judgment, like, whatever, right? And he's like, it's just that the conversations were really raunchy. And I was like, what you mean they was raunchy? Like, he was like, I mean, they were all like sex-based. Like, it was like all based on sex, like no other conversation. Like, everything was just very sexual. So I'm like, cool. So somebody was using my picture, just hitting up, looking for and giving out the for free. Like, I was like, oh, that's some shit. And I was just like, first of all, like, I just look like I'm giving away booty for free. Like, I'm not even giving away booty for money. So you think a bitch like me gonna be giving away the booty just for nothing? Okay, cool. Anyway, for a swipe. Nah. Okay. Anyway, so he's like, you know, I'm like, oh, just no judgments. Just share with me what you will, because I'm trying to figure out who is doing this to me, right? So he proceeds to send me the messages, and yes, they are like very sexual, like literally just hitting them up like, hey, want a bone? Like, what? I would never do that. I would never say that. Anyway, so that's how the conversation started, and then it got into like sending pictures, and he was sending pictures of himself, and she was sending pictures of herself. Now, most of the pictures that she was sending were just selfies from my Instagram. So I'm like, did she send you any picture that you don't see on my Instagram? Did she send you any pictures that, you know, you don't see online? And he was like, yeah, like she sent me some like titty shots. So I'm like, let me see. You know, I want to see what my titties look like. So he sends me a picture of the titty shot, right? And I noticed right off the bat, I noticed from the titties who it was, right? Now, I don't just be going around looking at bitches' titties, but I'm going to tell you, if you didn't watch last week's video, this is why I say you guys to watch it, right? So the girl from last week, when we went to the beach, right? My friend Raven had taken a picture of all of our booties, right? So she like posted something online like, guess whose booty belongs to who, right? Of course, mine was like the biggest and the best. Anyway, but the weird girl who intruded on the trip, her booty had a lot of nasty ass acne scars on them, right? So like with her skin tone and then like the nasty ass acne marks, you know, her booty was like easily identifiable, right? You know, like, bitch, I know your ass because it looked kind of strange. Anyway, so when he shows me the titty shot, that's the first fucking thing I noticed was the skin tone, chocolate ass little nipples, and the fucking acne scars. So I was like, oh my God, like, it's this bitch. Like, it's the bitch from the last video. She done made a Tinder account and she out here giving away my ass for free. So here's what was super scary was that the men who were meeting up with me were meeting up at locations very, very, very close to my house. Like Starbucks on the corner, or a restaurant that's right here, or a coffee shop that's right here. You know what I mean? So she was sending them in the vicinity of my actual home. So I got freaked out because I'm like, what the fuck? What if she knows my building? What if she sends them to the door? You know what I mean? I could be walking my dog. I could be at Starbucks getting a coffee. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. Like, it's too close for comfort. So I contact Tinder and I'm like, look, my life is in danger, bitch. Like, I'm about to die. Like, you need to take this serious. Like, you need to block the IP address or whatever from making more accounts. Don't just delete the account because she's just gonna make another one. So they delete the account. I thank the guy for giving me the information and I tell him I'm sorry. It's not me. He's the one that was like, well, since I'm talking to you now, do you want to go grab a cup of coffee? No, because you're a creep and you just drove 6 hours because you thought you was about to get some sex. Like, first of all, just go. Anyway, so trifling. Do you want to grab some coffee since I'm already out this way? No, I do not. Anyway, so I contact the police and I'm like, yo, like, I feel like my life is in danger, right? I really did. Like, I'm gonna die. I, contact them and I tell them what's going on and I'm like, she's sending men by my house. She's sending them in, like, the local vicinity. Like, what? My nails look fucking popping. What's up? Anyway, nails by Sean. Anyway, so yeah, so they, the police don't give a fuck about fuck until somebody ends up dead. So they're like, oh, the account's deleted. There's really nothing we can do. You cannot prove that it's her. So I'm like, okay, they're right. I didn't have any solid proof that it was her. But if they would have seen the picture of her ass, which I'm going to try and find for you guys, like, I'm going to try and find that ass shot. It was her. You know what I mean? I don't have the titty shot so you guys can compare, but I got the booty shot. I might have the booty shot. And I knew it was her. And this was like maybe 2 years after the fact. This is 2 years after I graduated. I ain't heard from the bitch. About my tire, key to homegirl's car. Like, so I thought I was done with her, but apparently she was not done with me because the bitch went and made a fake Tinder account and was soliciting ass on the internet pretending to be me. So this bitch is crazy. I never got another Tinder account. Like, crazy. I guess they blocked her from making accounts. I did have a similar experience where she made an account on Bumble. But, so I did have a couple people, like, hit me up, like, oh, we met on Bumble, you're not answering anymore. And I just kind of let them know the deal. I got the Bumble account deleted, and then that was the end of it. Yeah, so that is my crazy story for this week. Be cautious about who you befriend. Now, I really feel like I should tell y'all this hoe's name for the sake of safety and protecting the community, because this bitch probably in jail or in a crazy house or somewhere stalking another bitch and making her life hell and pretending to be another person on Tinder or fucking wearing the same nail polish color as another bitch. You know what I mean? So I just feel like I should do a due diligence and say her name so you guys know to stay away from her when you meet her. But I ain't gonna do that because she definitely seemed like the type of bitch to sue a hoe. And I ain't got time for all that, She probably outside. that was my story. I do have some really bad news for you guys. I will be taking a small little break for the holidays. You know, views and tractions just a little slower during the holidays. Next week is Christmas Eve, and then after that is New Year's Day. So we're just gonna take a little holiday break, and we will return after the holidays to give me more time to get content for you guys and to, you know, rest and shit, because this motherfucking YouTubing is like a full-time job. It's like every week, every time I turn around, it's time to make another motherfucking video. Got to do my makeup. Got to do my hair. So yes, it will be a nice little refreshing break, but don't you fret. I will be back in 3 weeks from now with fresh new stories for you guys. And yeah, we will pick right back up where we left off. So I want you guys to enjoy the holidays with your family. Yeah, I will not see you next week, hoes, but I will see you after the holiday break. I hope you guys enjoyed this story. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, and we gotta get a bitch's views up. So just watch all my videos. If you miss me, just watch all my videos over again like 10 times. Leave a comment, you know, give it a thumbs up, and, you know, share it on your page so your friends can enjoy all this goodness that we have going over here at Storytime with Rikkii. So yes, I won't see you next week, but I will see you guys in a few weeks. Thank you for all of your support, and okay, bye.